Good evening, everyone. Hello, and welcome to a new series here on the channel. This is Prophecy of Pendor, a mod for Mount Blade Warband, and I want to get this out of the way right now before we get down to any gameplay. This word, the first word in the title of this mod, spelled with an S, is not actually prophecy. Spelled with an S, this word is prophesy, which is a verb. Prophecy is spelled with a C in place here, and it is a story or prediction told by a prophet with divine inspiration, like a story from the gods, basically. Um, Prophesy is a verb, which is like to prophesize, for example, is one conjugation of it. And in this particular context, this is clearly supposed to not be a verb. So I am going to pronounce this Prophecy of Pendor, and if you people are pissed off and you think, no, the mod authors intended it to be written prophesy, well, guess what? Poetic license doesn't extend to being a freaking dumbass when you name stuff. So it's Prophecy of Pendor, version 3.8.4. Let's get into this with a new game. Welcome, adventurer, to Prophecy of Pendor. Before beginning the game, you must create your character. Blah, blah, blah. If you're not familiar with Mount Blade Warband, you have to do this each time. We can be a male, a female, or a pretty female. We're going to be a male. In Pendor, male characters tend to make the quickest, not the best, just the quickest built individual combat fighters, like the best, like you are the person who does the fighting. Females make the quickest commander, battlefield, like generals, like commanders of troops, people with like healing skills and intelligence skills and stuff like that. We're going to pick a male, though. You were born years ago and reside now in the land of Barclay, far to the west and south of Pendor. Your father was. For the best personal combat character, you want to pick a former knight. And eventually, when you get the choice later on, you want to pick that your father was killed so that you get his inheritance, and you'll get a coat of plates to begin the game with, which is amazing. But we are going to pick a minor noble. You came into the world, You came into the world the son of a displaced nobility from the land of Pendor, blah, 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 blah. Go ahead and read it. I absolutely encourage it. Our father arranged for us to serve a minor Barclay noble. He led us down the path of the nobility. Once again, read it as you please. Pause the video all you want. But we were given the opportunity to become a squire on the path of a noble knight. And blah 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 about being distinct and all this kind of shit. You must right a wrong done to you. If we received a message that your father has died, we would get his inheritance, which I think for a noble is a better suit of armor. But we're going to get a suit of armor for doing this anyway, so we must right a wrong done to you. And I will read this one out loud because I love this story. Happiness was within your reach as your wedding date approached. Your engagement to a lady-in-waiting was everything you hoped it would be. Her planning for the event consumed most of her time, and she was excited for a future with you. One fateful day, a group of petulant nobles decided that she would be their next adventure. Upon hearing the commotion, you raced to her aid. Even though you killed two of the rogues, their leader fled like a coward he is, leaving your fiancée violated both physically and mentally. The shame and horror of what happened to her was too much, and she took her own life shortly thereafter, leaving you feeling angry and guilty for being unable to protect her in her time of need. Swearing revenge for this misdeed, you sought out the base scoundrel to exact your vengeance in his blood. Upon hearing of your intentions, he purchased his way out of facing you and fled to Pendor. You sell what you can, and you take the next ship to Pendor, determined that he will not escape you. You board the ship and settle in.
Cast. You have set sail for Pendor.
Alia jacta est. By the looks of that, we were supposed to pick where we're supposed to settle, but they're giving us our banner choice instead. I love how Pendor gives you just like the whole list of banners that you can scroll through, and you don't have to do the back and forth shit. This all looks too druidic or animalistic or mystic to me. Yeah, no. What's something regal? Regal. I kind of like this. This looks sort of more ducal and imperial. Yeah, we're going with this. Simple colors. Prophecy of Pendor is pretty stable now, so you could probably do Iron Man on this, but we are going to go allow quitting without saving just because I am not convinced that mods are ever stable. So yeah, we're going to do that. Our name is, of course, going to be Lort Radu because we are a dude. Alright, so the reason we picked all of this noble background shit is because it doesn't make us the best, strongest, most power strike character, although 6 power strike is pretty solid. What it does start us out with, though, is 6 leadership. And I do not want to have to put points in leadership until late in the game. I do not want to touch the charisma stat until late in the game, if I ever have to touch it. Maybe I'll just use elixirs to get me the charisma I need. I don't know, but I don't want to have to touch this for a long time, guys. All we're going to be touching for a while is strength, iron flesh, power strike until those are all maxed, and a few other stats. Once we get 30 strength, we'll start working on agility to get it to at least 18 or 21 and get our shield and athletics and riding skills up proportionately, and we'll be good to go. We are going to play a one-handed character. I hate archers in Mount Blade. I hate watching archer playthroughs of Mount Blade. I like using archers in my army. I just hate when the player character is an archer. I despise that kind of gameplay. So if you like it, you're not going to see any archery done by the player in this playthrough, guys. What am I... skills, fuck. I don't even have all my skills done yet. I do have to put the rest of them in. That's going to be athletics, and the other points are going to go into pathfinding and spotting. The reason for that is because in Pendor, it is supremely important that you can always stay ahead of your enemies. You never want to be caught. You know what? I don't actually mind that look too much. This is a pretty attractive look by Mount Blade standards, but let's maybe give him a bit more of a... yeah. I love the beards in Mount Blade. I forgot how much I loved them. Let's give him a little bit more of a distinguished facial feature here. A little bit of a beard going on. And maybe his hair color isn't quite right. Let's make him a little more ginger. Yeah, there we go. Just slightly more ginger. That's it. And we'll go with that. We don't even need to be careful about this. And blah, 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 yada, yada. Where do we settle? Almost everybody and their dog who plays this on YouTube settles in Ravenstern, and they fight for Ravenstern, and they build their kingdom in Ravenstern, because everybody freaking loves Ravenstern. We're going to go to Sarleon, because I want to do something a little bit different, and Sarleon is actually the best place to start for soloing, because they have the bandits that are not necessarily easiest, but the easiest to go 1 on 50 against. So we're going to go to Sarleon and continue. So here we are, outside of Sarleon. No, sound of a blade from its scabbard and all that shit quest in Prophecy of Pendor to begin with, although the merchant quest does exist. This is the map. This is Pendor. We have Sarleon in the center, Ravenstern in the north. The Fyrdsvein is green down on the west side here. This is Deshar. Yes. Just making sure they never change its name at some point. This is Deshar, which is sort of foreign to Pendor, but still part of its landmass. The Empire over here. In these steps here, these plains are the Jatu Plains. That's where the Jatu, a sort of minor tribe, hail from. They are super tough to fight. The forests of Elikrai are where the Noldor reside, also extremely tough to fight. The Mist Mountain tribes invade from the north. The Vanskari raiders raid up and down the Fyrdsvein coast. The Snake Cult likes to live here in Ethos. The heretics are everywhere. And I don't remember the name of the ones in Deshar offhand, but they're Singalian slavers. That's it, in Deshar. They're brutal. They can be very difficult to deal with. So let's take a look at our character real quick. Not that part of our character. This part of our character. Okay. Crossbow. Go fuck yourself. Basic bolts. Go fuck yourself. We have a heavy saddle horse and a saddle horse. Well, that saddle horse will be part of our baggage train. Light lance is good. Shield becomes a primary weapon. So being a noble, we started with a red surcoat on fine mail, which is a mediocre armor. It's okay to start with. It's better than shit. A pretty crappy shield, a pretty crappy lance, and a moderate, like mediocre cross-hilt noble sword, as well as a sword and a heavy iron sword. That heavy iron sword actually has higher swing damage, lower thrust damage, but more importantly, it has less speed and less reach. So we're going to use the fine cross-hilt noble sword as our weapon. Return, and let's enter into Sarleon. I don't think we can join this tournament. We're not going to attempt to join this tournament. We need renown to join tournaments, and we will have a lot of renown because we had a noble upbringing. But I don't think it's enough to join a tournament on day one just yet. We're going to sell this shit. We're also going to sell these green upper class clothing. Let's put it on first, though. Look at ourselves in our noble clothes. That's nice. Cool. Let's dump it now. We're going to keep the chicken. That's going to be 231 dinars. And that is it for us to start. So, Prophecy of Pendor. In Mount Blade Warband, a lot of people will just go to a village right away and they'll start recruiting people. You don't want to do that in Pendor. You have two options in Pendor. You can either go to a town and hire mercenaries there and use your hard-earned money to do that, which would be pretty tough. Or you should, in my opinion, go out and find groups that you can solo. So what I'm going to do is actually go solo across the map here with our nice 9.9 travel speed and check out the area around Marleon. So we're going to search for the Brigand's Lair or the Bandit Hideout or something. It's usually somewhere in Sarleon in this general vicinity. I want to know where it is because I want to know where the Brigands are basing their activities out of. Because I want to find highwaymen and bandits and stuff like that. Things that are easy to take on with relatively few people in their group. Well, we're going to have to search a little bit, it looks like, because I haven't found any bandit parties of like 10 guys or so yet. And it's already day 2. Holy shit. Lord Andre, very well. Let's head up to Avendor. Take a look there. We're off to a really slow start, guys. Usually we'd be in a battle by now. So they got some farmers up here. Let's go into Avendor and let's go to the tavern and see if we can see if there's farmers here or something. No, doesn't look like it. Christopher the Bard. Vakavi Manhunters. No, we will talk to you though.
To what do I owe this dubious
yeah, no good rumors. One of the bad things about this character build is that it does have the worst frequency of rumors. It's like how often you get good rumors from these guys is actually a stat that you can do better at if you pick a different character build. But this one has the default, which is the worst rate that you can acquire rumors at. Which eventually you'll see what a rumor is. We're basically going to pay people at all the cities and the taverns every time we go to them. And they'll give us a little bit of information, and sometimes they'll tell us something really valuable that we have to pay extra money to get. And it'll unlock something special for us. 29 Knights of Eventide. No thank you. Not going anywhere near you. Seriously, no bandits yet. Day 2 we're going into. No. What's this? Secular Knights. Knights of the Lion. Yeah, no, they're just patrolling. They won't harm us. There we go. Highwaymen and 4 brigands. I'd rather fight these guys during the daytime. It's currently midnight, so we're just going to dick around a little bit. I can fight them at night. It's no big deal, but we're going to wait until day. Assuming nobody... Ah, shit. Is that guy going to catch them? I hope not. No, he's going to run away. Good. Should be early morning soon. Yeah, there we go. We're up to full speed now. I'll fight them at dawn.
We'll have our pay. We'll have our fun.
No, I'll have my fun. You don't look all that tough to me. There's only 5 of you. There's only 5 of you. My advantage is only -3. Come back when my advantage is minus like 15 or so, and we'll talk. Okay, they do have this one mounted guy, but the mounted guy isn't really much of a threat. The biggest threat to you early in the game is actually foot archers, like missile troops. Until you get like armor in the 50s plus a helmet, which we don't have. Foot archers are the easiest thing that can kill you. So just kind of, you know, take it easy and burn down these foot archers and crossbowmen, especially the crossbowmen. Build up your one-handed proficiency a little bit, and then just come in and unhorse the other guy. If you're an archer, it makes it really easy to deal with him because you can just shoot his horse and then kill him. I'm probably going to have to chase... Oh, he's got a slow horse. Yeah, this is going to be fine. We'll unhorse you and take you out. See? Only 5 of you. And maybe I'll even get your horse. I would love to get your horse. I'd love to get more horses for my baggage train. Doesn't look like it. Tempered steel sword, though. Oh, shit. 99 and 100. Yeah, okay. But significantly better damage. So it's a little slower, a little less reach, but it is way better damage. You know what? We're going to use this tempered steel sword for a bit, and if I don't like it, I'll switch back, but I think I'm going to be fine with it. 30 and 13. Yeah, so this is better still. We're going to get a bit of money for this stuff, guys. Ooh, and a hood. Plus 14. Yeah, well, we're not wearing a hat, so we're going to do it. What's our boots are 17. None of them are better. Okay, well, we're just going to pick up everything else then, and we're going to sell it. And we advanced to level 2. That's going to be a point in strength, and we can't put anything in there. You know what? Let's take looting. Let's get those points in quickly. I'm going to be spending points on a whole bunch of stuff, so... And that's basically what we want to look for. We want to look for bandits. I was hoping for more like, you know, 10 to 15 of them, not 5. But that's a start. Heretics, demon worshippers. 17 might be a little much. Heretics are very strong. You want to be extremely careful dealing with them. I really want to find the bandit lair, though, because I want to know where those forest bandits and highwaymen and brigands and robbers and stuff are going to base out of. The Empire is hostile to us because of our noble background. They don't like nobles, apparently. People who chose that their father was a... Oh, yeah, we don't want to be attacked by you. So we're going to stay away from the Empire. They are also at war with Sarleon from the beginning, I think. Oh, we ran into these bandits. But there's 9 of them, so that's good. Unfortunately, it is nighttime. Pendor, you can't retreat and then re-enter the battle to try and get a more favorable battlefield. If you do retreat, it will just have you captured. So you need to be careful if you do that. 1. The other thing I really love about Pendor is the kill counter in the top left corner of the screen. You can see it now says 2 kills. I love when you're doing like a siege and you get up to like 200 kills personally. It's insane. Boom. You suck. You suck too. Well, you didn't die though, so, you know, you suck a little bit less than these other guys do. I'm really rusty, wow. It's been about a year since I played Mount Blade. I read that Prophecy of Pendor 3.8.4 came out, and I was like, oh, I should give it a try. And it's been a year since I played Mount Blade, basically, so I'm a little bit rusty, guys. Just a little bit. Proficiency increased, that's good. There's still an archer alive, which sucks. So when you're starting out in Mount Blade, the first attack that you should learn is the one that I'm doing here. From horse, which is a on the left side swing, because you get covered with your shield that way. You can swing from the right like this as well, but your shield won't protect you when you do that. You do have more reach when you do that, though, so it's a better offensive attack, but it has no defense by comparison. Chipped desert sword. Yeah, so there's some stuff here. And I'm already out of space. Well, that's shit is what that is. So we're going to dump a few of these pieces of shit back here. And we're going to take the food. Because we can. And this armor is all worse. The black hood is technically worse than the pilgrim hood. So yeah, we'll just call it a day with that. And we're going to go to Lari and sell our shit. We should have sold the stuff after we killed that first group. I was probably talking too much. Oh, are we ambushed? We're ambushed. Yep. Alright. Assassins! Assassin! Boom! Headshot. I swung the wrong direction. There we go. Suck my balls, asshole. There you go. When your proficiency is so much higher than theirs, you swing so much faster. It's not even a thing. Yeah, so that's going to be 100 dinars, 50 each. That's good. Nice to see. We got a level from that too, which is awesome. So sometimes, you know, assassins come after you because, you know, assassin's going to assass, I suppose. Let's go to the goods merchant. I think I like this sword. I'm just going to sell this and call it a day. Yeah, we sold our original sword already. That sword that we got for being a noble. You know, that's supposed to be better than the other things you can get at the start of the game. And we sold it, like, instantly. So our objective is going to be to pick up a whole bunch of money and buy some enterprises, but more importantly, our objective is going to be to get renown so that we can enter a tournament. So I might actually spend money on armor and stuff like that early on, so that I can fight bigger groups and then enter tournaments once I have the renown to do so, because tournaments get you so much more money than fighting does early on. And I don't want to, like, I could probably buy, like, an enterprise in the next 20 minutes of farming, like, bandit groups. But I could spend that on armor instead, and I can buy, like, 3 enterprises with a single tournament's pay. So I would prefer to do that if possible. On the other hand, maybe we won't, because apparently I'm not finding any bandits on the map this time. But this is the way your first weekly budget should look in Pendor, in my opinion. No wages at all. It should be just you, maybe a companion, but that's it. I don't like the idea of recruiting people early in Pendor. It seems like a waste to me. So I'm going to comb this region a little bit because, like I say, the bandit lair is usually near Marleon's, in my experience. Although that could change. Like I say, it's been a year since I played Mount Blade at all. That was Florismod, the last thing I played. It's been longer since I played Pendor. That could very easily have changed. It might be nowhere near here. But fuck, where's all the bandits? Pendor is such a dangerous world. It's usually covered in all kinds of bad people. Where are they all? Where's the Red Brotherhood even? Red Brotherhood, hired assassins. Where are you guys? I've only seen heretics once. I'm gonna need better spotting, maybe. Oh, who's this? No, farmers. Both farmers. Ah, silly peasants. Who's this? Ravenstern caravan. Nope. Not here to kill Ravenstern caravans. Sorry. Okay, heretic death cult. If I can find an area where there's a lot of bandits, that would probably reveal that the bandit lair is nearby. This looks like Red Brotherhood. Yes, it is. And there's a 3 Seers patrol. Looks like they're chasing them. Ooh. Let's go kill this group quickly. They're not running away from us. They were actually trying to chase us. 1 against 8. This is going to be a little bit better. There's a river between us, which sucks. Red Brotherhood usually have 1 guy on horseback. Yeah. Later on, they get more than 1 guy on horseback, but to begin, they got 1. Would be nice to just unhorse him right now before the archers got here. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Now let's go kill the missile troops. They got some peasants, though. We don't want to waste our time on peasants. We want the fuck. We want the missile troops. God, I am rusty. So rusty. Technically, I think the peasants can throw rocks, so they are missile troops. But their missiles don't do a shit ton of damage. It's this guy, mostly, that we need to kill. And we killed him, the bandit. Bandits are slightly better than these peasants. And the only thing that's really worse is robbers, I think. Okay, so we killed their tough guy. This guy is also a soldier, at least. Like a bandit or something. Yeah, bandit, again. This guy is a peasant, though, I think, so... With his polearm, he might be a bigger threat to us. farmer, that's what it is. And that's everybody. 8 kills. There was 8 people, right? Yep. Very good. We even killed a peasant woman because that's how Lort rolls, apparently. Although we are going to roleplay a bit of a goody two-shoes, paragon-y kind of honorable person. We are not going to... Actually, rescuing a heretic worshipper could be interesting right now. They had some good prisoners. I'm not going to take them. And you might disagree with that, but you can feel free to disagree with that, but I'm not going to take them. Ooh, Feared's Vein Footman Helmet. That looks good. Rough Leather Boots is 19, and they probably look better. Oh, yeah, they look better, all right. Is this shield better? Resistance 12? Yes, size 100. Resistance 6, size 100. It's better than that as well. Don't worry, it won't look yellow. It's heraldic, so it'll take on my heraldry once we do that. And then we're going to stick this one here as well. We're going to carry both of those shields. So I've got one on my back as well. We're going to put this on. Oh, yeah, nice. None of that's better. None of this is better. And then we're just going to loot. Wonder how much money this one is going to be worth. This haul is, you know, using up my entire inventory at the moment. Level 4, 225, experience 185 dinars. That's okay to start with. Let's go and go to my goot. Nope. There's a heretic army nearby, so I gotta be careful. Let's put points into there. Let's put a point in Iron Flesh. At 21 strength, we'll be able to put a point in Power Strike. And that's gonna go to looting as well. I should maybe do inventory management instead. Maybe it makes sense to do inventory management, since I'm already looting more than I can use. But looting also increases, you know, the quality of stuff you get, so it's never bad to have it. Let's go to Avendor and sell our shit, shall we? That will be the marketplace. Goods merchant, please buy from me all of this shit. Not my food and not my horses. I now have 2 horses in my baggage train as well. That's 595. We're at almost 3,000 dinars. And I think with that, I'm going to call it quits for the first episode of Prophecy of Pendor 3.8.4. Join me again next time as I continue to build my renown and work up some money, even though there's apparently no fucking bandits for me to kill on the map. I might start going to find some Vanscaries, some very small groups of them, or in the north, some Mist Mountain tribes, potentially. I might go looking abroad for more targets to hunt, but I'll see you guys next time.